For centuries, Lucifer, also known as Satan or the devil, has been a central figure in religious and mythological beliefs. Described as a fallen angel, a tempter of humanity, and the ruler of hell, he has instilled fear, inspired literature, and shaped cultural narratives. But what if everything we have believed about Lucifer is based on misinterpretations, myths, and religious agendas? This documentary seeks to examine the origins of the Lucifer myth, investigate historical and religious texts, and challenge the belief in his existence with scientific, philosophical, and rational arguments. One of the earliest documents misinterpreted to support Lucifer's existence is the Book of Isaiah, 14:12-15. This passage speaks of the downfall of a Babylonian king using the phrase Hillel ben Shahar, Hebrew for morning star, son of the dawn. However, historical linguistic analysis shows that this phrase was never meant to describe a supernatural being. The error originated when Saint Jerome translated the Hebrew Bible into Latin, the Vulgate, in the 4th century, rendering Hillel as Lucifer, meaning light-bringer in Latin. Over time, Christian tradition mistakenly identified Lucifer as Satan, despite the fact that the passage clearly references a mortal king. Modern biblical scholars confirm that the Isaiah passage has no connection to Satan or a fallen angel, proving that the idea of Lucifer's existence is based on a mistranslation rather than divine revelation. The New Testament, which forms the core of Christian doctrine, lacks any definitive mention of Lucifer as Satan. The closest association is in Luke 10:18, where Jesus states, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." However, scholars argue that this passage is metaphorical, describing the diminishing influence of evil rather than an actual celestial event. Additionally, the book of Revelation, 12:9, speaks of a dragon cast down, often equated with Satan. Yet historical analysis reveals that this imagery represents the fall of Rome, not a literal fallen angel. The absence of Lucifer's name or role in the foundational Christian texts contradicts later church doctrines that insist on his existence, proving that the character was added through reinterpretation rather than original scripture. The Old Testament does not present Satan as an independent entity opposed to God, but rather as a servant fulfilling divine tasks. In the book of Job, Job 1:6-12, Satan appears as an accuser, testing human faith under God's authority. Early Jewish texts, such as the Talmud and the Dead Sea Scrolls, further reinforce this idea, showing that Satan was seen as a function within God's court rather than an enemy of God. The belief in a rebellious fallen angel only emerged centuries later when Christian theologians reinterpreted Jewish scriptures. This evolution suggests that Satan was created by theological necessity rather than by historical or divine truth, undermining claims of his actual existence. Modern psychology and neuroscience have provided explanations for so-called demonic experiences, which were historically cited as proof of Satan's existence. Studies on sleep paralysis, hallucinations, and cognitive biases show that visions of demons and Lucifer are the result of neurological phenomena rather than supernatural occurrences. In cultures where the idea of Lucifer is prevalent, people experiencing sleep paralysis often report seeing demonic figures, while in cultures without this belief, different hallucinations occur. This correlation suggests that satanic visions are a product of human psychology and cultural conditioning, rather than actual encounters with Lucifer. Additionally, historical accounts of witch hunts and exorcisms demonstrate how fear and religious propaganda contributed to the false belief in Lucifer, proving that these experiences were based on suggestion and mass hysteria rather than real evidence. From a philosophical standpoint, the existence of Lucifer contradicts core theological principles. If God is omnipotent and benevolent, why would he allow an all-powerful evil entity to exist? The problem of evil suggests that the presence of a malevolent being would either mean that God is not all-powerful, since he cannot destroy Lucifer, or not all good, since he allows Lucifer to cause suffering. This logical contradiction leads many philosophers to conclude that Lucifer is a myth, invented to explain human morality rather than an actual being. Furthermore, Occam's razor, which favors simpler explanations over complex ones, suggests that moral corruption can be explained through human psychology rather than the intervention of a supernatural Satan. Without tangible proof of Lucifer's existence, and with logical reasoning against it, the most rational conclusion is that Lucifer is a theological construct, not a real entity.